Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. Welcome on behalf of Professional Institute of Quantity Surveyors and NUST Alumni Association, KSA. My name is Muhammad Tanveer and I am Vice President of PIQS RCC KSA. Today is PIQS first webinar in collaboration with NUST, whereas it will be 27 webinar of PIQS. Yes, PIQS, the full name is Professional Institute of Quantity Surveyor, formerly known as QSAP. We registered with SCCP in 2024. We are formally known as QSAP, a non-political professional forum for QS and construction industry, established in 2007, offers a platform to exchange ideas and stay updated on latest development, support members in achieving career excellence through knowledge sharing and best practices. So today's speaker is our global chair as well. So we have Vice Chair, Mr. Faisal Chaudhary. He is in UAE. We have affiliation with PAT, Pakistan Association Dubai. We signed MOU in 2018. We signed MOU with RICS on 17 February 2023. So UMT is also our, we also signed MOU in 2022 with UMT and AMS from UK. So we have five regional committees, UAE, Qatar, KSA, Oman, and Pakistan. Our members are more than 2,000 in WhatsApp. And if you see our LinkedIn forward, these are more than 12,000 nowadays. And we have our global committees, functional committees, which is knowledge delivery, talent hunt. We have IT, admin, KSA. I will not go in detail, but just it's a brief. I'm telling you for those who are not aware for PIQS, and these are our contact detail. You can, for further detail, you can visit our website and you can find further detail. So we are extremely thankful to our honorable speaker, Mr. Laik Hassan, for taking the time out of today's session. Thank you all for joining us today. So let me introduce our speaker. Before I introduce you to honorable speaker, please note that there will be 10 minutes session, Q&A session at the end of our presentation. Please keep sending your question in the chat box, which will be entertained at the end. And the question which we cannot answer, in case question are many questions, so we can answer you after the event. So we can post on our website or LinkedIn. You can find there. So Mr. Laik is our today's speaker. He completed MSc QS from Heriot-Watt University from the Dubai campus. He is founder of global chair. He is founder and global chair of PIQS. He is fellow of Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors. Mr. Laik is first Pakistani appointed as a chair for the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyor UK for their KSA advisory board since February 1st, 2022. He has been appointed as a chair of RICS for second consecutive term for 3 years until 2028. He has been awarded the honorary membership of Australian Institute of Quantity Surveyor as fellow of AIQS in recognition of his services for the profession. He is also a professional quantity surveyor of the Canadian Institute of Quantity Surveyors. In short, Mr. Laik is an institution in himself. Over to you, Mr. Laik. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tanveer, for a brief introduction. So hi and hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us today. And I'm really thankful for the NUST who approached us and requested to schedule this webinar to provide guidance and some information about the RICS. So, of course, as Mr. Tanveer just previewed, my name is Laik Hassan. I'm based in Riyadh, KSA. So let me just share my screen and I will take you through about the RICS. Can you all please, anyone can confirm if you can see my screen?
Yes, sir, we can see your screen.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So I will start first the basic introduction about for the RICS, and I know most of you will be aware about what is RICS is all about, but there are many members, especially those who are based in Pakistan and other countries. Maybe they will be interested, they must be just heard about RICS, but they don't know exactly what is RICS, what RICS does, and why the RICS membership is so important and is required for the professionals, those who are working in various industries. Okay, so first about the RICS. So RICS it has a very big history. It was established in 1868 as a Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyor in United Kingdom, and from where there basically their journey start. And then now after more than 100 years, RICS is everywhere, and they have established a charter. Basically, they have obtained the charter membership back in UK, and then they've started their membership. And it's been now more than 100 years since their members are associated with RICS. When we talk about our regional offices, by the way, it's just a glimpse of our offices. It's not just only that the members are exist here. So our global presence is around 134,000 PIQS RICS qualified trainers and professionals working in 148 countries across the world. Our major offices, other than UK, is in Singapore, Australia, China, Middle East, Europe, and America, and India as well. Okay, so when we talk about RICS, and the first question comes in everyone's mind that why the RICS is so important, and what is the benefit to become a member of RICS. I will of course explain you about different pathway and how you become a member. So first, let me know why RICS has so much importance in the construction industry and the real estate and some other sectors. First of all, RICS, they are protect the public interest, professional standards, and build trust and confidence. So this is what we achieve. And RICS, I would say, achieved in more than 100 years. So public interest and the professional standards and the build. So we provided a certain standards, which, of course, if we say that, okay, you may ask that there are so many other standards as well in the market. So why only the RICS standard? Because our standards are global, and we maintain those standards with the help of our members. And when we say about the build trust and confidence, so that the trust is between our customer, our client, our member, and also to provide confidence to the client when they hire to professional service those who are a member of RICS. So let me explain you about the major benefits of RICS membership. So first, let me just read it out, and then I will explain you. The value
excuse
of
me, sir,
RICS.
excuse me, sir. Sorry for interruption. Excuse me, yes, sir. We have some complaint. Your voice is very low, so I think you are using Bluetooth. Can you switch to voice control?
Can,
if possible.
Yeah, just one.
Thank you.
Can you hear me? Is it better?
Yes, sir. Now it's much better. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I think the screen is still on share, or do I need to share it again?
No, still on share. Only you can make on presenter mode.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Yeah. Sorry to inconvenience. All right. So I was just telling you about the RICS qualification. So Let me just first read it out what RICS says, and then I will explain you. And of course, as Tanveer mentioned, if you have any questions, I will try to answer as much as we can at the end of the session. Explore the value of RICS membership from wide industry recognition and enhanced career opportunity to access the latest professional insight, guidance, and technology. So RICS always maintain a professionalism and provide guidance which go with the market requirements always. Status. That's a very, very beautiful words. I believe that RICS has mentioned in terms of its status that your professional credential provide unrivaled client and market confidence. When we say your, so is we are talking about if you are a member, so and you are a professional, so then your credential provide an unrivaled client and market confidence. When we say unrivaled, of course, there are many professional bodies in the market, as you all, most of you know about it, like CIOB and AIQS, and of course CIRB. There are many. If you start naming, there are many who are British-based, some are Australian-based, and other professional bodies. And everyone, with all due respect, has their own status. But when we say the RICS, from the RICS perspective, we say we provide you and are better than any other professional bodies. And that's how, we work, and I will explain you why. So recognition, promotion to your professional excellence, to government and market. So we provide a confidence and also to all the government sectors and the market. Market advantage, RICS status and standards give you a competitive advantage. Knowledge, international practice standards, professional guidance, CBT, and knowledge sharing. So we not just provide and guidance only for the members, or we only just say you become a member and that's it, then you have done it. No, RICS always, when you become a member, it's a mandatory to keep yourself maintained, update, and obtain a certain numbers of CPDs to renew your membership. So it's not only when you apply for membership and you obtain the membership and that's it. Now, to renew your membership every year, by the end of the year, you have to provide 20 numbers of CBD to be a member. And also then being an RICS, as an institution, we also provide a professional guidance and the knowledge sharing. The knowledge sharing is by the help of the CPDs, webinar, and the seminars. Networking. So as we mentioned that we have 134,000 RICS profession across the entire world. So we have so many networking events in almost all the countries and region. It's likewise we are doing in the Middle East, and there are so much activities going on in other parts of the Middle East and Europe and America and other chapters as well. Okay, now this is the main part with the start. What I explained you, it is all about the RICS and why the RICS membership is so important in the market and in the profession. Now we will talk about the different route and eligibility, how you can apply the RICS and how you become a member. So again, if you will have any questions, please write it down and then drop a question in your chat box and we will answer you. Okay, as you can see by picture, but it's not just only by picture, there are three types of RICS membership. So first, we're saying associate membership, which we call it RICS, then chartered member, we call it RICS, then we have a fellow member called FRICS. So difference, I will explain you further what is the difference between SO, RICS, and the FRICS. But these are the three main membership which RICS provide to their professions. Okay, how you can become a RICS member and what are the routes? So as I just said, there are three main membership. One is SO, RICS, and FRICS. Now we will first talk about the associate membership. So what is associate membership and who are eligible for that membership and how they can apply and what are the benefits of ASOC membership. So ASOC membership is basically designed for those who have an experience and a bachelor degree, which is non-RICS accredited bachelor degree, or If someone has a diploma, or high national diploma, or 3-year diploma, or a 1-year diploma in quantity surveying, usually it is being offered from the UK and some other international institution. So if you have that and you have an experience, and you can apply for the SOC membership, but most of the SOC membership are usually applied based on their diploma, and they do not have a degree. They do not if they don't have a degree, they can still apply, but they have a different routes for it. So a SOC membership is majorly designed for the diploma holders and for the certificates holder. The submission of this experience, the procedure of SOC membership is, first is that you have to apply, you have to enroll. Once you become, your submission will be accepted. You have to pay the fees, and then of course there is an ethics test which is applicable for all the different routes. And then you have a submissions which is consists of 5,500 words of experience and 3,000 words of case study. And then of course you have to submit, you have to write about it, and you have to write submission. You have to write submission. And submit to the RICS. So that's all about the SOC membership. All right, then let's move to the APC structure and non-structure. So APC structure and non-structure is if you have an accurate degree and you have a 5-year experience, or you have even a 10-year experience, but accurate degree is like, when we say accurate means, what does it mean by the accurate? Accurate is any degree which will be acceptable for the RICS. So there are various institutions who offer a degree, which is mostly like quantity surveying, project management, construction management. So if you have that degree and which is acceptable for the RICS, you can still apply through RICS APC structure training. And these are the submissions which will be required. Of course, we will share the slide. You can go through it. But then it's when we say structured training, so it's mostly those who have an experience from 0 to 5. Like for example, you just you complete your degree, and degree is accredited, or even your degree is non-accredited. In both cases, you can still apply. I mean, you no need to wait for a certain number of experience, which I will just explain you in my other routes, that where the 5-year minimum experience are required. So suppose you just complete your qualification from different various universities, which either, as I said, is an accredited degree or is a non-accredited degree. You can directly apply for the RICS membership, but yet you have to go through with a structured training, which required like a diary to be maintained. You have to work under one of the chartered member, and that chartered member will verify on a weekly basis, monthly basis, what you do in terms of your competencies. I will let you know later on what the competencies are. And then once you complete your structured training, then you will complete your ethics test. As I said, ethics test, as you can see on the screen, is it applicable for all the routes? And of course, then the submissions, and then it will be submitted to the RICS academic forum, and they will review it. And then accordingly, you will be called for, if your submission, by the way, will be accepted, then you will call for the final assessment, which we call it professional interview as well. So that's about the APC structure for those who have a 1-year experience or just recently passed out, and if they have a degree, but they have a less than 5-year experience, and if they have an accurate degree. All right, then after, the third route is APC preliminary route. And that's the route which most of the professional, their application been accepted and then apply under this preliminary route. This route is the degree or professional qualification with 5-year experience. Even though this degree is this route is also split in two, I will probably explain you in the next slide as well. So this is actually the main, you can say, the pathway, where if you have a degree, either again accredited degree or non-accredited degree, but you have a 5-year post experience, you can apply for RICS, and then your application will be considered in two bases. One, for example, if you have an accredited degree, then you no need to go through with the preliminary review. But if you have a non-accredited degree, then then your submission will be reviewed, which we call it the preliminary review. And once that preliminary review will be approved and accepted by the RICS assessors,
Then you will move on to your ethics test, and of course your submission and your final interview. Then we have senior professional route. This senior professional route does not require any degree, but even it doesn't mean that everyone will be acceptable with those who don't have a degree. Basically, these are for the professionals who are working on a senior level in their management. And again, when we say that the senior professional is, again, keep in mind that this does not mean that you are a senior by title. Yes, you have a certain numbers of experience, which is a 10 years, as you can see on a screen, but you have to demonstrate based on the submission, then you are working on a strategic level within your organization, or else if you are running your own business, and then it will be assessed by the assessment will be done by the RICS, and then they will see that are you eligible for this route. Once they will confirm your eligibility, then you will move on to the enrollment, and the same procedure you have to follow. But yes, the submission are different for the senior professional route and the preliminary or direct entry route, which we call the submission. Like if you can, as you can see on a screen, that the summary of experience and the case studies are totally different in terms of word count. Senior professional route, they have to write 3 types of case studies. I will explain you in the other slide what these 3 types of case studies are. Then the last one we...
Excuse me, Lakes, sorry for interruption. Sir, we have a request from IT. Can you please focus camera on your face? We cannot see your full face.
Okay, yeah, because actually I'm looking at the 2 different screens, so that's why. All right, okay, thank you. So specialist MRICS, that this route is only for those who have a certain numbers of experience in the industry, and they have delivered and participate in a profession. I will again explain you in detail in another slide what are the requirements for the specialized RICS. Okay, let's start with the associate membership. So as I just explained it to you, the eligibility is from 1 year relevant experience or a bachelor degree, or 2 years of relevant experience and relevant higher and advanced foundation qualification, or 4 years of relevant experience, no qualification required. So means if you are working, let's suppose that, because RICS has 22 pathways. And if you go on a website, you can find out that one. And if you download the pathway guide, you will see that there are 22 pathways. So the RICS, first of all, is not just meant to be for the quantity surveyors or a commercial or contracts people. The membership is also open and equally for the project, those who are working in a project management pathway, building surveyors, and facility management and the construction management. So if you have an experience of 4 years, but you don't have any degree or you don't have any kind of a certification, you can still apply for a SOAP membership. Only thing is you have to complete, you have to write about summary of experience, technical competencies, mandatory competencies, case studies, and of course you have to maintain the CPD, which is 48 hours required. And these 48 hours, again, if I go in detail, it's like a formal and informal. Probably that's again is very detailed. Maybe those who are interested, we can provide some further guidance and how you can obtain the CPDs of informal and informal. But in short, you have to provide 48 hours of CPDs, and then you have to complete the ethics test. So that's all are required for the associate membership. Okay, now we have ABC structured training, and the structured training is academic requirement for the RICS, a grade degree, 0 to 5 experience, 24 months structured training, 5+ year of experience, 12 months of structured training, and they have to submit same summary of experience, case study, but the different words you can see on that's all on the screen. But the CPD hours is all equal for 48 hours within the 1 year. When you submit your final assessment, final submission for the summary of experience case study, at that time your 48 hours of CPD minimum 48 hours CPD must be achieved. You can apply, you can add more CPDs, but minimum 48 hours are required. And if you are going for the structured training, then of course the structured training required a diary and a logbook. And this is again for those who have a 0 to 5 year experience. They have not yet completed their post qualification, the post experience more than 5 years. So if you are having your bachelor degree, but you have 1 year experience, you just recently passed out, but less than 5 years, then you have to maintain diary. And as I just explained to you 2 minutes before, the diary has to be mention what you are doing on a daily basis in your workplace, and that has to be aligned with the different competencies, and it has to be reviewed and signed by the chartered member. And of course, once you complete all these documentation, you have to upload on the RICS. We have a certain deadlines, and then they will call you for the assessment, which is a 60-minute assessment. So this is the structured training. All right. Now, the non-structured training eligibility is the academic requirement, RSA accredited degree. As I just explained to you, that there are 2 types of degree. One is accredited by the RSCS, second is a non-accredited degree. And then if you have a whole an RSCS accredited degree with a 10 year of experience, you can apply for the non-structured training. So it means when we say non-structured training, it means that you do not need to submit or write and maintain any kind of diary. All the thing is you will enroll, pay the fees, and you can start writing your summary of experience and your case studies and again CPDs, and you will submit based on the deadline provided by the RSCS, which is twice in a year. It's usually for the Middle East candidates. There is this first submission, the first session, the submission date is March, and the second is September. So this year, first session of submission has already been done. And now the interview assessment will be about to start from 1st of May, and it will go till mid of June. And the next submission window will be open in September. So those who have not yet enrolled, they can enroll now, and they will be eligible based on how quickly they prepare the documentation. They may submit in September or else in March 2026. ABC preliminary assessment. Okay, this is only for those who have a bachelor degree, but that bachelor degree is not accredited with RSCS. Again, let me give you an example to further clarify about the difference between accredited and non-accredited. Like, for example, you have a degree in BSc, which is not which is engineering degree, or you have let's say any other bachelor degree, which is a Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Commerce. But as long as you are working in a professional and those professional pathways are same as the RSCS 20 pathways, you can apply to become an MRICS and you can enroll with the RSCS. Yes, you must have a 5-year post experience after completion of your degree, but this is the question which most of the professionals they ask, that I have not completed, or I don't have a degree, let's say in BSc in quantity surveying or MSc in quantity surveying or construction management, or let's say any other pathway, but they are working as a project manager, they are working as a construction manager, they're working as a contracts commercial guy, they're working as a cost engineer or cost manager or QS, how they can apply. So this route is for those who have a degree, which is not accredited, but they are working in the professional as defined by the RSCS guide. So they can enroll through this route and everything will remain same except the pre-assessment. As you can see, the second line, the preliminary review for final assessment submission for an RSCS assessor. So the difference between that, if you have an accredited degree, you have to write the same summary of experience, number of summary of experience. You have to write same word of 3,000 to 4,000 summary of experience and professional experience, and also 3,000 of case studies. But there are 2%. One, he is coming through the preliminary route, and second is coming from the RSCS accredited route. So the person, the candidate who is submitting their documents through RSCS accredited route, his submission will be directly considered for the final assessment, and he will sit in the next upcoming assessment session. On the other hand, those who do not have accredited degree, which is this pathway, they will write the same documentation. Their submission will be handed over to the assessor. They will review it, and they will see that your submission is in line with the RICS requirement. If every boxes are ticked, your word counts are okay, your experience is fine, some of your experience, your case study in terms of word count and everything is okay, they will give you a confirmation that you are eligible, but you will not be considered for the right away the submission. Like for example, as I just said it, submission date which is just finished is March. In April they do the assessment, and 1st of May assessment will start. So you will submit your documents which will be reviewed within the April, but after completion of your assessment you will be eligible to sit in November session, not in a May. So in May, only those who either has a pre-approved in a previous November September submission, either they will sit, or the direct entry route candidates. Senior professional route and specialized assessment. Okay, here as I said that there is a confusion or misunderstanding about the senior professional route, and that is that people will think that if I am working and I have a 10-year experience, I'm working as a senior quantity surveyor or a senior contracts manager or a senior commercial manager, am I eligible for this route? Yes, you may be eligible as long as you demonstrate or proof of evidence that you are working on a such position which demonstrate that you are on a very strategic level. Like for example, if as you can see, current role must be determined senior specialist, which is leadership, managing people, and or resources, or technical expert, specialist knowledge. So what is the leadership? What is the management people or managing resources? This is a very critical, I would say, the definition, which I will let me try to quickly explain you. Of course, I will not take much time to just explain about only the difference between the managing resources and managing people, but just quickly to understand then how, and if you think that if you are eligible for the senior professional route first. So managing people is that you must be on a position where you managing the staff, and if for example you have a responsibility to hire your team members, to appoint them on a different projects, and you manage people. Like for example, if you are working on a senior level and you have 2 projects to maintain or 3 projects to maintain, and you are the one who has to assign, okay, the senior QS will be on that project and the one other QS will be on the other project, and they all will be reporting to you. That's called the managing the people. And then when we say the managing resources like you have a power to fix their salaries or the company budget. And for example, you are the one who manage the budget for that project from your company, that okay, how many staff you have to appoint and how many packages you have to assign them, their bonuses, and also other resources. So if you are doing such level of a job within your organization, and also leadership is of course the leadership. Like for example, if you are working on a senior position, definitely you are assisting them, you are guiding them, you as a leader, how they have to perform the work. You are the one who's dealing with the client if any problems happen, and provide guidance and support to your team. So if you meet these 3 criteria, which are leadership, managing people, or managing resources, it means you are eligible for the senior professional route. So you have to demonstrate, but again, in terms of enrollment, there are a few more documents are required. So I will advise you to download the senior professional route guidebook, read about it. If you have any doubt, any question, you can come through PIQS to us, and I will try my level best to guide you, or any of our charter member will assist you on that. So I would say is a very good route for those who have a 10-year or plus experience. But only thing is, as long as you can prove it that yes, you are managing these 3 major you can say component, which is leadership, managing people, and resources. Then in terms of submission, your submission will be different than the other route submission, which is the structured pathway membership, and the preliminary or the direct entry. So your submission will be based on the 3 case studies, which could be leadership, managing people, resources, and the CPD hours will be 20, not 48. For others will be 48, and for the senior professional route, 20 hours of CPD is required. And the third point is the ethics. As I said, ethics is mandatory for all the routes, either it's SO, direct entry, preliminary, or senior professional route. Then once you submit your documents, There'll be no preliminary review will be required. You will be considered for your final assessment, which will be done with the 2 or 3 assessors. And the duration of this all assessment, by the way, whether it's for structure, non-structure, preliminary, and senior profession, is 60 minutes. But yes, the criteria and the question answer session for the senior professional route compared to other route will be totally different. Okay, for the senior professional route, question to ask, what do you do? So as I just already explained to you about the leadership, managing people, and resources for a specialist position in the ortho. Here, basically, there is 2 kinds of membership we are talking here on this slide. One is a senior professional, which I just explained to you, as you can see on your left-hand side of your screen, and on the right-hand side, where I'm saying for specialists. So for specialists is someone in the organization who are working on a senior level, and he has published some of the articles or journals and record of consultancy work if he's working for the client or for the consultant. And also, if that person, he is a speaker, he provides some of conferences, he go in a conferences, or he do the webinars or any CPD events, either within your management, within your organization, or outside the organization for any platform, which is like a university platform, college platform, or on any of the institution professional bodies. So if you do that one, but you don't have a membership, but you can prove it how many numbers of conferences you have done as a speaker or CPDs or training, you have to provide all the evidence. And this is one of the requirements for the specialists. And also recognition from peers, media, professional bodies, and industry stakeholders. So RICS may ask, they may ask you that you can provide some kind of confirmation from your peer, from media, if you appear on some of the media to interviews or any other institution, if they approach you to come and participate in their seminar or their conferences, you have to provide the proof of the media, flyers. And if you have done any, let's say, CPD for any professional body, which could be any professional body, but if you have to provide a confirmation from those professional bodies, and also the industry stakeholder. And if, for example, if you are working as a consultant on a senior position, but you provide training on request to the client commercial team or project management team or construction team or project control team, and then those stakeholder can confirm, yes, Mr. So-and-so or Miss So-and-so has provided these many trainings or lecture to our staff. So you have to provide all those. So based on that, you will be assessed, and RICS will give you the title of RICS. How are you doing? So behavior. With your profile, you should be able to demonstrate that you are pursue opportunities to develop the industry, advocate best practice, take responsibility to deliver professionalism, act with integrity, and promote responsible business. So, I mean, if the words itself, these 4 bullet points, shows that you are working on a certain level where you are maintaining all these bullet points, which is like for the industry, you are a senior professional, practice and standards, responsible, and promote professionalism. Direct entry. All right. So for the direct entry, if you are already have a professional qualification or a member of another professional body, you may be exempted from some of the entry criteria and be eligible for the direct entry to RICS qualification. What is that? Actually, RICS has signed so many reciprocal agreements with a different institution. You can find out those institution lists on the website of RICS. Like, for example, Civil Engineering Institute of, Institute from UK, and also Canadian Institute of Quantity Surveyor, and some other professional bodies. If you have a membership of those bodies, they have a reciprocal agreement with RICS. And if, for example, if I give an example for locally, there's one property real estate management firm which called Takim in Saudi Arabia. So suppose if you have a Takim fellow membership, so Takim has a reciprocal with the RICS agreement. So if you have a fellow membership of Takim, so you can get RICS. Just only you have to complete your ethics, and you will get your RICS certification from RICS. Likewise, if you have a member level of the membership from the as a member, not as a fellow. Same from Takim or from other institution as per the list provided by the RICS. You can either you will receive the equivalent certification, which is a MRICS, or else the SO. Again, if I give you an example for Takim, once again, I mean, this is the only name just coming on my mind at the moment because being practiced here in Saudi Arabia. So if you have a membership from Takim, you will get the SO membership. Also, RICS has a reciprocal agreement with the project management, which we call it PMP or PMI. Suppose if you have a PMP membership and you maintain this membership, you have I think if I correctly remember, if your membership is valid, you pay the fees on time. Only thing you have to provide a letter and complete again ethics test. You will get the ASOC membership without submitting any documentation, as I explained to you before, like summary of experience case study. So these are the direct entry routes. So if you can check on a website that if you have those membership from different institutions, you can apply for RSA direct entry route. Process and guidance. Okay, so these are the routes and a pathway. You can find these pathways and books from the RICS website. If you want to become an SOC membership, you can download that book from RICS website. If you want to, if you are interested and you think that you qualify, as I just explained to you, for the MRICS qualification, you can download these guidebooks to become an MRICS and the senior professional route or a specialist assessment. And all same, like there's a 22 pathways, as I just explained to you. So this is just a screen to show an example. That's one of the project management, and again facility management, quantity surveying, and the construction. So it's all available on the RICS website. You can download that, and then you can go through and understand what are the requirements and how and when you have to submit document and what you have to write exactly. Now, I just add this slide to give you a brief about the quantity surveying and the construction pathway only. But as I just explained to you guys, my fellow members, that there are 22 pathways. So if once you download, and if, for example, if you are you're working as a project manager or construction manager, you think that, okay, I'm interested to become to MRICS. Of course, your pathway will be project management. So when you download the project management pathway from RICS website, then you will see that there are different mandatory core competencies and optional, and all will be written in that. So I consider this quantity surveying and a construction pathway for MRICS just for example, because most of us and our, I believe, audience today are from the quantity surveying and construction pathway. But as I said, it's only for the QS and construction. They are similar for other pathways as well. So let me just take you through what are the difference between mandatory, core, and optional, and how it works and what you need to do. So first, as you can see on the screen, that there's a first column is a mandatory. So mandatory is same as there's no explanation required. It's a mandatory. So mandatory means you have to complete these all competencies. Now, the thing is, as you can see, it was basically split in 3 parts: level 3, level 2, and level 1. So in the level 1, there are some kind of competencies, which we call it accounting principles, business planning, conflict avoidance, resolution, data management, diversity inclusion, inclusive environment, and sustainability. So when we say level mean, what does it mean? And what's about the level 2 and level 3? So when we say level 1, is it only that you know about these competencies? What is this competencies is all about? And that's it. And if, for example, accounting principle, business planning, what is business planning? What is accounting principles and procedures? How your company profile in terms of business planning, what is a major component in the business planning? Also, diversity inclusion, what is diversity, what is inclusion, what is the team working? So that is a very, very important, by the way. So you must know what the diversity is all about, what is inclusion, and what's the team working. Likewise, inclusive and the sustainability. So you only have an experience and understanding about these competencies. That's it. They call it level 1. When we move to the level 2, is called doing. doing or you are working on. And for example, client care, communication, negotiation, health and safety. So that's level 2. It means you must have some kind of experience, either working experience or study experience, to know about how to handle the client. Communication, negotiation, how you communicate in your day-to-day working professional environment, how you negotiate when we sit with the either as a client side to negotiate with the contractor, or being a contractor professional negotiating professionally with the client or with your engineer or PMCs or PMO. So these are basically skills they are developing. The third bullet point, health and safety, which is very most important for all those who are working, especially in a construction site. That what is health and safety, what are the requirements, and what are the regional requirement. And for example, if you are practicing in Middle East, if you are practicing back home, so what is the standards your government is required to maintain the health and safety? So you must be aware about those standards, and also you must attend the training session of health and safety within your if you are based in whether in head office or your site offices. The third is level 3. Level 3 is the advisory level. So any professional, he has to either have an experience to provide advice to your client, to your professional member, or if you do not have that kind of experience where you can say, sorry, I mean, like for example, if I just quickly move to the core, commercial management, design economics. So you're saying, okay, I'm working as a, let's say, intermediate level professional, whether project manager, or a construction manager, or a quantity surveyor. So I do not have exposure to face the client, or I do not have a certain number of you can say skill set to provide advice to the client. So in that case, what you can do is you have to enhance your knowledge academically to understand that if someone will ask you any question, how will you advise him? So back to mandatory, level 3 is ethics. Ethics is the you can say the core value of RICS. And if, for example, if I give you a one you can say a helicopter view of all these competencies. Suppose if you are sitting for the final assessment and you answer all of your questions related to these competencies, which is mandatory, core, and optional. But at the end, when the chair asks you the question about ethics and you fail to provide answer or confident answer, which will help the chair to accept whether you have ethics knowledge or not, they may refer you, regardless how good you perform in other competencies. So RICS has no compromise on ethics. Ethics that's why it's a level 3, is an advisory level. All right, move to the core competencies. The first one, as you can see on your screen, is a commercial management and the design economics. So basically, while selecting these core competencies, so if you are working on as a contractor or a subcontractor, you have to select commercial management. If you are working as a consultant, QS, or project manager, or let's say the construction manager, then you have to, or client side, you have to select design economics. So design economics is for the consultants, and commercial management is for the contractor and the subcontractor. And the other competencies are contract practice, procurement and tendering, project finance control, quantification, costing, and construction. Of course, due to the major time constraint, I will not go through with all these core competencies. Probably will have a separate session only to explain you about, but just let me just quickly tell you. The contract practice is a pre-contract process. Procurement tendering, as the name itself explains, that what's procurement. By the way, if those who are not from the QS or commercial background, procurement is not the material procurement or the other procurement, which usually the contractor have a procurement team to bring the material side, or to issue the POs and all. This is the basically a procurement pathways, different pathways to select the project, how the project will execute, and of course the trending process. And the the project finance, where you basically gain knowledge in control, reporting, and quantification and costing for the construction work. So that the name itself is very clear, the quantification and costing. So all these core competencies are level 3. So it means when you start writing as your summary of experience, so you have to write how you achieve your level 1. how you achieve your level 2, and on advisory level, how you advise to your client or your senior management based on your experience or academic level. So either, as I said, you have to enhance knowledge or provide some kind of a reference how you previously advised on these competencies to your client or to senior management. Then you have to select two numbers of optional competencies based on your pathway. So these are the optional based on your optional competency. For example, someone working on a project control side or construction management, or he is more interested to know more about the risk. So then you can select any of these two competencies as level 2. So then you have to write only as per level 2. You will not be asked any question on advisory level. They will be asking question how you achieve this level 2, like for example your experience about it and your knowledge about it, with your due diligence, insurance, programming, planning, project feasibility analysis, risk management, and capital allowances, commercial manager. By the way, why we are considering, for example, if you are a contractor QS, then you have to select, as I said, in your core competency, commercial management, but you're still interested to know about design economics. So you can select design economics as an optional. Likewise, if you are a consultant QS or working for the client side, you select design economics, but you can still select commercial management as optional too. And then there are other remaining competencies. So you have to select any other one. So maximum 2 you have to select. So these are the main the competencies of to become a charter member, which is required to write summary of experience and case study based on these mandatory core and optional competencies. And also, while achieving your CPDs, your CPT also align with these competencies. All right. So this is all about the competencies and how you achieve. As I said, I mean, it's required. If you want us to go through in detail each competency wide, we may probably schedule a separate session for it. Ethics. As I just said before, that ethics is the mandatory for RICS. So there is no compromise. RICS ethics is you have to learn by heart. So what is in the ethics? So ethics is basically behaving ethically in the heart of being an RICS qualified professional. All candidates are required to successfully complete the RICS online ethical module prior to final assessment. As I just explained in my previous slides, initial slide, that all the competencies, ethics is a mandatory for all, for a SOC, for all the pathways. 20 question, multiple choice. So this is basically an online test, which once you complete your enrollment, then you have to complete the RICS ethics test online. And these online tests is a 20 questions, multiple questions. Once you achieve that multiple question and your question will be accepted, you will get a certificate, as you can see on the right side of the screen. Excuse me. That kind of certificate you will receive, and this certificate will be valid for 1 year. So suppose if you obtain this certificate now in the month of April, your certificate will be valid till next April. So once it's expired, you have to again go through with the same test online and obtain the certificate. So your certificate, ethics certificate, must be valid at the time of your submission and your final assessment. And on top, when you will sit for the final assessment, the chairperson will again ask you the question to understand your understanding about the ethics, which is consist of 5 major ethics rule, which is act with integrity, always provide us high standard of service, act in a way that promote trust in a professional, treat other with respect, take responsibility. So this is all about the ethics. Of course, I'm sure you must have a question, what is act with integrity all? As I say, I mean, we can have probably a separate session for that to go through in detail for each competencies and ethics. So as a nutshell, my fellow attendees, that RICS is a combination of everything. When you say everything, it means it's a professionalism, a skill, experience, and RICS. When you become a member of RICS, so RICS will not just leave you to pay every year fees and that's it. No, they make sure that even after becoming a member, either you are a SOC member or you are AMRICS or you are a fellow member, still you have to achieve 20 hours of CPD. And that CPD hours you have to upload on your ARC portal to allow RICS to renew your membership. So that's how they will follow with you. And then, of course, there are other volunteer service, which is optional for the members to participate in the RICS, like to help or assist RICS voluntary to become a counselor, to guide others, or assessor to do the assessment. So this is the process, enrollment process, why RICS is required for the professional, and the standard why RICS are on top of other professional body, because of its standard, because of its professionalism, because of the value which their member provide and services to the client or within their organization. That's why RICS is so important for professionals to achieve it. So that's the confidence basically. Once you have a chartered membership, it's the same like, but which most of you aware about the when we say about the accountants, there are accountants, there are chartered accountants. Of course, there's a big difference. So once you have a name which is a chartered, second to your profession, you can say you are a chartered member. So that provide a confidence within yourself when you go and face to the client or work for any organization, whether it's consultant and the contractor. And also the party or the company, when they appoint you or hire you or bring you for a meeting or hire you for their firm, or bring you or approach you to provide the services. Because when you say that I am a member, I'm AMRICS, or I'm AFRICS, I'm a SOC, that provide a confidence to the client. Yes, this person has a certain level of professionalism. He know about all the competencies, and he is now ready to provide us the guidance, the advice to work on a project or to help the client. So this is all about the RICS, my fellow member, and I think I almost done. And yeah, please, it's over to you. If you have any question, please feel free to ask me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Lake, for delivering wonderful presentation. So now we have few questions. I think
Please.
we can start with question and answer session. Yes, sir. So first question is, what is the quickest route to AMRICS or AFRICS if someone has a RICS membership?
Okay, there is no any quickest way. There is no any shortcut. So suppose if you already achieve a SOC membership, so you have to wait for 5 years. Once you complete your 5 years, you can apply for to become an AMRICS. And also, even after a SOC, there's first thing. Secondly, let's say when the time you apply for a SOC membership, because you have a diploma at that time, you don't have you had no degree, but later on you complete your degree, so then you can again apply for AMRICS. Then in that case, you no need to wait for 5 years. Even after 1 year, 2 years, as quickly as you complete your degree, you can apply to become an AMRICS. And of course, the second part is to AFRICS. AFRICS has a different requirement, which is like required some kind of categorize different categories, like for example, how much you participate in your profession, your guidance to the industry, your participation in the seminar, in the conferences, what you have done for the profession. So that's totally different, I would say, level. But yes, it's quite different. You can download the guidebook, you can go through it. But yes, the first question of the answer of your first question to SOC to AMRICS, either after completion of 5 years or as quickly as possible you complete your degree, you can apply for AMRICS.
Thank you, sir, for your detailed answer. And there is another question. Any trainer required for a SOC membership? If required, where can we find him?
Trainer, you mean someone who required training probably, or maybe
who can train, who can provide training
okay.
for a SOC to become member,
right.
a SOC member.
Right. So okay. I think probably I didn't answer. It wasn't basically part of that presentation. So once you approach to RICS for an enrollment process, so of course, you provide your documentation, you fill the form, and then RICS will do the evaluation, and they will come back to you and say, yes, you are eligible for, let's say, a SOC membership to become a SOC or MRICS. And the second question, then RICS will ask you to find a counselor. So the counselor is basically your mentor. You can call him or her your trainer, your teacher, who will take you through, who will guide you through this journey, and he will be the person who will review your submission, provide the guidance, and then once he will be satisfied, then he will allow you to upload the documents on the ARC portal, and he will be the, or she will be the one who will approve your documentation or on the ARC portal. So he or she as a counselor will be your trainer, will be your mentor. However, if you are questioning something related to a different private coaching, of course, that RICS not endorse. That's all up to you to find anyone from the market who are providing the services.
Thank you. So another question is for non-engineers and non-QS degree, what is a pathway, like a simple bachelor in commerce or MBA degree?
Yeah, is a non-structural or the preliminary route. This is only designed, as I just explained, is designed for those who are working in the profession, like either quantity surveying profession, commercial contract cost, or project control, project management, construction management, facility management, but they do not have an accurate degree. So any degree, which is BCom, engineering, arts, they can still eligible, but yes, they have to have a 5-year post qualification experience.
Thank you. And another question from one of our attendees: if work experience as a resident engineer in ME and Pakistan is eligible for senior professional?
Yes or no? The reason yes or no is, as I said, that these specialized SP route is, as I said, is not by title someone working on as a senior position. That person has to demonstrate that he's working within the organization on a strategic level and meet the criteria of leadership skills, and also the managing resources and managing people. If he can or she can demonstrate that he's or she's doing it within his or her organization, yes, he will be eligible. But if someone just based on the numbers, he's working as a senior, I have a doubt that he will or his or her application will be acceptable.
Thank you. Another question from attendees: how to get 48 hours CPD in minimum cost? Okay.
See, very good question, I would say. The thing is, see, first of all, 48 hours CPD is required. There's no question about it. Now, how to get, that's the question I think many students, they ask. I remember, back days when I applied for RICS, that time we have a very less opportunity. That time there was less professional networking, and there was no videos, no training session available on YouTube. There was no very active participation of professional body like PIQS and other professional bodies. So these days, every candidates have a plenty of option to complete the 48 hours. Like, for example, this session, what we are doing now at the moment with PIQS and NUST collaboration, that this is 1 or 1.5 hour CPD. So that is your CPD. You can count this as 1.5 hour CPD. Likewise, if you find any videos on a YouTube which provide, which basically align with the competencies, and also any conferences within your, wherever you are working, in which part of the world you are working, if there is any conferences, technical conference or academic conference, go and attend that conference. That's also considered as a CPD within the 48 hour CPDs. Also online training, webinars. There are plenty of options, by the way, available. But RICS also provide on there, if you go on their website, there are some free trainings. You can complete it and obtain your CPD hours, and there are some paid trainings. So everything is option. All options are available for everyone. And if you need further guidance, we can share the links. But it's very easy. If you go on RICS website, you will find paid and unpaid sessions.
So there is one associated question. Someone is asking, CIOB CPD can be counted or accepted?
Accepted. Any institution, anyone, is as long as it's academic and aligned with RICS competencies, will be acceptable, whether CIOB or any regional professional bodies.
Okay. The next question is, a construction professional with PMI membership should choose the QS route or construction pathway or project management pathway?
It's all up to you. is all of the person, the profession, the person who apply for this position. If he is or she is working in as a project manager, and still he want to obtain his ASOC membership based on PMP, he can select the pathway of project management, and he will obtain his ASOC membership. And likewise, if he's working as a QS in construction, he can apply.
Okay, and how to connect with mentors?
Again, that's a very good question. And this is the problem, I would say, the dilemma of most of the enrollment when the candidate complete the enrollment, and how to find out the mentor or a counselor. See, there are two ways. I would say three ways. One is RICS website. You can go there. You will see the membership, all the membership all over the world. Their names are there. You can approach them through LinkedIn. You can request them. Secondly, any colleagues of you within your organization, if he or she is a member of any association, which is either RICS, which is good. If not RICS, any other professional body, you can request. Maybe he or she can refer you to their friends or a colleague. Or third is, as I say, which most of the candidates do is they approach through the LinkedIn. But again, it's not guaranteed because it's all these services of counseling or mentoring are volunteer. So most of the members provide their services, but it's depend on them. If they find their free slot, they may accept it, or they can refer you. But yes, this effort has to be done by the candidate.
Thank you. So next question is for you, not as a RICS chairman, as a PIQS chairman, maybe you have to answer. Do PIQS have any schedule for starting its own professional membership, like Sri Lanka and Hong Kong?
Yes, we are working towards it, and is it not yet in place? But inshallah, we are trying level best that the future, we are maybe in coming years, probably this year or next year, we'll try level best to start. But is it not yet implemented? But yes, is it our, you can say, one of our long-term agenda to do it.
And the next question is, how long it take to become RICS, MRICS? I think they want to say ASOC RICS and MRICS.
How long? The period. How long? Okay, yes.
Right.
Good question. See, it's all depend on the candidate. Typically, because see, RICS, as I said, let's suppose we are in April. So if someone will apply now, submit the form, provide documents, he will receive an confirmation from enrollment confirmation from RICS. He will or she will pay the fees. So his journey will start. Now, RICS asks that after enrollment, after 6 months, you can submit your documents for your summary of experience case study. So what is 6 months? It's September. So it's up to the candidate. If he or she work hard, spare time, which is excuses I keep on receiving from many candidates, that they're saying, oh, sir, I'm not getting time because of family, because of my workload. It's everything will go on. You have to find out the time. So if you find out time, you work as per the schedule, you have to discuss with your counselor, prepare a structure that how many days will require to complete each competencies, prepare a workflow, achieve those targets. If you achieve it, I think you can easily complete within 1 year. Ideally, all candidates should complete their membership within 1 year. But let's suppose if you will not be able to submit your documents because you are not getting time, that's your delay. Or suppose if you still submit the documents, but you unfortunately referred in your final assessment, again, you will be delayed for 6 months. So if everything goes fine, your submission will be on time within 6 months, and another 6 months, you will sit for the final assessment, so you can achieve within 1 year. This all depends on the candidate, I would say.
Okay, sir, one person, he's saying, I have done my ASOC RICS membership completed, and how my ASOC RICS membership how can I get benefit from ASOC RICS membership to become MRICS? Okay, he's saying, what the submission for ASOC RICS will help me to become MRICS or no?
As I said, that any ASOC membership, he can apply after obtaining ASOC membership to become MRICS. Either he obtain his degree, accredited degree, or non-accredited degree. And second option is to wait for 5 years and then apply for MRICS.
Great. So there is one question regarding the SOC RICS. The members who has PMP certification, is there any direct route for them?
Yes, as I said, they can, if they have a PMP certification, you can apply for a SOC membership right away.
Yeah. So just for the audience, if they want to get CPD certificates, so our IT team, they share the link for attendance. Please mark the attendance. You will get the certificate by tomorrow. And so what, shall we close the session? I think there are no questions.
Okay.
Couple of questions.
Right.
We can answer this question later on. Maybe we will have some question tomorrow. Our attendees, they can post the question on our website or LinkedIn, so we can answer them. So what do you think of the session?
Right. Thank you so much for all those who attended. I will say at the last that if you need any other specific sessions from PIQS, from our side, or from RICS, please do let us know. We will try our level best to provide you more comprehensive sessions, specifically because RICS membership and about the RICS is a very wide subject. And of course, as I just said, that explained to you about the competencies of mandatory, core, and the optional. So these are many competencies. So if you want us to structure our session on each competencies, we are planning to do that one. Our webinar are coming up on a different, which will cover many competencies. So please, I would say, stay in touch with RICS and PIQS, and we will post on our LinkedIn, so you know when our next webinar and it's related to the which competencies. That's how you can achieve your competencies and obtain the CPD hours of certificate from PIQS.
Yeah. So before we formally close the session, we want to invite our Ahmed Rasool sir, because this session is in collaboration with NUST alumni. So they want to say some few words. So Mr. Ahmed Rasool, over to you, please.
Thank you, Tanveer, and Assalamu alaikum and very good evening to everybody. I want to start by thanking on behalf of NUST Alumni Association with sincere gratitude to Mr. Laik Hassan for taking the time today to share such valuable insights with us. I also want to thank the RICS and PIQS team, moderator, as well as the admin support for their generous collaboration in organizing this very informative session about RICS and all the different certifications and learning paths which are available under its umbrella. This is a special occasion for us, as it is the first session which we have jointly hosted with RICS and by NUST Alumni Association. We truly hope that this is the beginning of a long and productive partnership. Allow me to give a brief introduction about NUST Alumni Association. Myself, my name is Ahmed Rasool. I have the honor to join this session today as the president of NUST Alumni KSA chapter. We represent National University of Sciences and Technology, which is a premier university of Pakistan. It offers 40 plus undergraduate and 60 plus postgraduate programs across wide range of disciplines from engineering, IT, life sciences, medicine, arts, humanities, social sciences, and business management. The association has a growing footprint. We are 7 international and 9 local chapters in Pakistan, Dubai, USA, Germany, Australia, Saudi Arabia, and we have more international chapters which will come up very soon. Here in Saudi Arabia, we have 500 plus alumni members. We have a vision to foster a dynamic and engaged alumni network in Saudi Arabia. Through knowledge sharing, promoting personal and professional development, and encouraging active and healthy lifestyle. We have several initiatives which are going on here under the local chapter, but one which I want to briefly mention is about mentorship and knowledge sharing, called the Mentorship Initiative. Under this initiative, we have organized 30 plus sessions in last 1 year. And these sessions are very diverse, from life in KSA, do's and don'ts, to LinkedIn profile optimization, AI adoption, data science, sports, and this very insightful session today on RICS is also part of the same initiative which we have. Mr. Laik, we are truly honored to have you here today. Your contributions as the chair of RICS KSA chapter and the first individual to be selected twice for this prestigious role, and your growing role in the RICS and PIQS globally is an inspiration to all of us. I want to thank you once again for your time and for you generously sharing your expertise with our community. I hope that today's session proves beneficial to everyone who joined, and we look forward to collaborating with RICS in more areas going forward. Thank you for attending, and stay connected with us for more exciting and impactful session. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ahmed Rasool. And at the last, I would say thank you to RICS and PIQS team for scheduling and doing all the collaboration with NUST. So once again, thank you all the PIQS team to organize this event. Thank you so much.
Yes, so thank you. We hope you all find this session very useful. So we are extremely thankful to our speaker, Mr. Laik, and thanks to all attendees. Certificate will be distributed tomorrow to those who has filled the attendance form. So please visit our PIQS LinkedIn and website to get this presentation. Hopefully it will be posted within 2 to 3 days. You can find it. And if you have any question, please don't hesitate. Post it on our webpage or on our LinkedIn. You will get the reply. So thank you.
Thank you.